Divorced Dad Diaries, day 46. It is Sunday, and I feel like a pie. So, after getting out of bed bright and early, I popped over to Macca's, grabbed some souviettes, as well as my typical iced coffee. And then today, I drove about, 7 or 8 Ks over to Lincoln to pop into Selwyn Bakery. And the first thing I noticed was that the prices of their pies were quite high. It was like $9 for a pie, $5 for a slice, which is pretty much what I paid for from that, bakery out in Sheffield. But after grabbing my pie, I popped down to the river for a nice quick walk and some good views and found a place to sit down and eat my pie. And the first thing I noticed was the pastry. It was so buttery. I don't think I've ever had a pastry that was quite that level of buttery before. It just tasted like butter, really, and it permeated the entire pie, and changed the flavour of the pie, and in a good way, actually. I loved it. I thought it was excellent. Cheese sauce was pretty good, tasted strongly of cheddar, and the filling was alright too. It had a really good flavour, and it had some really big chunks of steak, which you'll see here, this giant piece that I pulled out, and it all just kind of melted in your mouth. It was great. So that small bakery kind of shattered my expectations a little bit. I was expecting a cheap bakery pie, and I got, a high-end bakery pie. So I guess the operative question is, would I go back? And the answer is yes. Yes, I would. I'd easily recommend that place. It's just the price is quite high, so I still would like to find a place where I can pick up a pie for like a pie and a slice, maybe, for $10. And also have it be really good. It's sort of a case you get what you pay for. In this case, you're paying a lot, but you're getting a good quality pie. But it's like, I want to get like a 7 out of 10 or an 8 out of 10 pie at a reasonable price, because I'm a tight bastard. But after I got home, I had sort of a bit of a grumpy old man moment, really. On the drive home, I drove past some 2 glass bottles, actually. I think it was a Steinlager and a Spates that someone had just smashed in the middle of the road, and people were driving around it. So after I got home, I grabbed my broom and then popped back out again and decided to sweep it up, because someone was going to end up damaging their tyres sooner or later, or someone would get in their foot, But while I was sweeping it up, I just decided to sweep it into the gutters. One of the neighbourhood kids come out, and he brought along a shovel, like a brush and shovel. So I had something to sweep it up into, as well as a rubbish bag, apparently on directive of his parents, because he saw me through the window and recognised me. He's in the same class as my oldest son, so that was a bit of fun. And then his dad came out and we had a bit of a yarn, and he helped me finish it up while I went home. And then it was over to meet fellow TikTok divorced dad, who I was supposed to meet, well, at least I tried to meet yesterday, but was supposed to meet today, for lunch. And he made a butter chicken, and it was fantastic. And we had a good long 2-hour yarn. That was really good. Met with a fella called Brian. He messaged me on TikTok. I don't find getting to know people on Messenger, over messages, to be like a fun experience. I don't really like that. So when he messaged me and said, and offered to cook me something, immediately it was like, yeah, food. Men are simple folk. But he mentioned that he is a divorced dad as well, so it would be good to have a bit of a catch up. So yeah, that was, like I said, it was just really good to just sit down and have a yarn with someone, and meet someone new, So I'll probably catch up with them again at some point in the future. Using this time that I don't have kids to, I guess, be social every now and then will be good for me. But for now, I need to go get some groceries, because I'm picking up the kids tomorrow. But first, I popped into this little Asian mart on North Avon Road in Christchurch and picked up these little, chocolate biscuits in individual packets. I thought they would be good for the kids' afternoon kai. And these cheese rings as a lunchbox filler. And then it was over to Pack and Save in Morehouse in Christchurch, where I grabbed, their lunch stuff, as well as lunchbox fillers, and I was feeling, generous. I was feeling happy, so I bought some treats like some up and goes and some crumpets and some donuts, and it still ended up coming as pretty cheap, even though I got myself a little Kit Kat. And then I got home and realised that the only box I had, I deconstructed to turn into a ramp for Lego, so I had to carry everything armful by armful into the kitchen, but that's alright. Once that was done, it was setting up the house, so, putting out the kids' laundry to do for when they get here, making their bed. Shaking my head at the numpty who hung out washing like 3 days ago and still hasn't gotten it in. And, well, I mean, at least it's dry. And then, of course, setting up the air fryer for when the kids get here. I'm hoping they'll be excited to see, well, I guess a replica of the one they've got at home. Or I guess other home, because this is their home too. But it's coming to the end of the day now, and it's time to put my feet up and just chill for the rest of the day because I'm tired. You kind of forget how tiring socialising can be when you don't do it very often. But it's King's birthday tomorrow. I've got the day off, but it's Monday, so there'll be no video. But I'll catch you on the flip side on Tuesday. Wait, that sounds wrong. I'll catch you on Tuesday on the flip side.